bunker here has managed to open fire on these guys, but they were able to cap the point, and just a calamity of just bad timing here, basically. Oh, and just to make the situation even worse, paratroopers come in. We have paratroopers now, weapon utility riflemen throwing grenades, taking out the pack anti-tank gun. And right now, okay, this is one of those moments where the Axis now have to stop and think. This is like what I like to call oh shit moments. Just like, oh my god, everything just went completely wrong. How are we going to get out of this? This was a brilliant defense. It was just like the worst possible timing that happened to result in this sort of thing here. Looks like we do have a rocket barrage going on over here. I don't know if that was the actual thing or if that was a aftershocks. But a huge group of infantry now behind everything, threatening to cap your territory in half. So we're going to have to see how they're going to react to that. And this is the real problem of being in a position like Toonsmith, is that unfortunately he really can't react that well because he was kind of relying on his static base defense. So a lot of just kind of flopping around here. I really think that these guys should be, everyone here should be trying to use cover a lot better. This is just kind of a slugfest. Looks like all of these riflemen were just shot dead. The rest of these, oh no, the rest of these airborne. So I think Amat had the right idea. He had a really sneaky attempt at a kind of a backstab. Throwing a hand grenade though, getting some good kills there. And he just kind of fumbled around in open cover and just got a lot of crossfires on him. And it's always tricky when you're being shot at from multiple angles here. So let's take a look here and see what else is going on. Looks like some more rocket barrage landing over here, as well as the flare. I think that was the aftershock. Maybe the first one landed last time. So we see the Allies now finally stabbing out and capping a few things. They did cap this 1 point, but they are still capped 2-1. And let's see what's going on here. So Platoon is reinforcing his front here. We see this accomplished mortar team that was forced to retreat by the paratroopers is now heading back to the front. Flamethrowers, Volksraiders looking good. Nice healthy squad there, as well as the accomplished Volks moving back up. So we see this look and feel of the constant cycle of guys being sent back home, guys getting resupplied. Just got to make sure you remember, whose time it is to get resupplied and that sort of thing. Great combination here. Certainly going to inflict massive casualties on these riflemen unless they get out of there. And even the mortar team kind of getting in on the action here a little bit. Just kind of firing away. That heavy cover kind of betraying them there as the fire does extra damage to them. By the way, someone was nice enough to point out to me that whenever I talk about flamethrowers, I never mention the fact that they do almost negligible damage. Oh! Panzerschreck to the front armor. Flamethrowers do almost negligible damage to units who are in water. That almost never comes up, and it totally came up in one of my previous replays, and I did not call it. But there were guys standing in shallow water getting shot by flamethrowers taking very little damage, and I should have pointed that out. Ooh, second Panzerschreck now, doing some real damage here to this Greyhound with the armored skirts. Oh, just kidding, this is an armored Greyhound, which explains the armored skirts. Flamethrowers here just kind of distracting away these fired up airborne who are now charging on in and scaring off everybody. Good field repairs going on here, and I do mean literally the repair engineers are repairing them. These are level 1, not doing a whole lot, but the Stug is coming up. Oh, and the flamethrower. Oh, look at everybody burning to death. Oh, these pioneers are totally paying the bills here. Come on, Stug. Come on, Stug. Oh, he's not going to get the shot, just out of range. Firing back and forth now at these airborne who are also plucking away at him with a little bit of recoilless rifle damage and that sort of thing. Looks like our accomplished Volksraiders are fighting away. Oh, nice shot there. Looks like that hit entirely only the allied units in that one for the mortar team landing there. Anyhow, so good capping going on here. The Toonsmith has got an observation post and another bunker. Look at all of his bunkers, man. All of these bunkers, I gotta say, I don't normally like bunkers, but if the two of you can get the look and feel going like this, where one player is kind of covering it all, and you'll see that it's forcing Kosh here to mortar away at that one bunker in the north just to be able to get access to it. But if one player can kind of cover the other guy who maybe exposed himself with too many bunkers, that's not that bad, I'm not going to criticize that too heavily. It does, there are plenty of times in games where single riflemen or single engineers will cause you a ton of trouble by trying to cap the back of your base. So, oh boy, and the other way to take care of a bunker is, of course, to fire up a bunch of Rangers and run right past that suppression. Look at the suppression resistance and speed, and they get right behind it and are just going to lay into it with bazookas, and it's pretty low health right now. Anyways, and it in the mortar finishes all that off. So, a lot of stuff had to be used in order to just take that one simple fuel point, which is in front of their base. So, not bad. Even if they killed it, not bad. Meanwhile, let's see. This is a problem here for the Allies. You'll see that the Allies are just sitting in front of their base. They really need to push out, and unfortunately, they're pushing out in exactly the place where the Axis want them to push out. The Axis want the fighting to happen here. This is the best possible place for the fighting to happen because Axis can constantly reinforce this area. It doesn't matter if they lose a little bit of territory. That's all fine. Really, all of this is ripe for the taking. All this stuff in the north. Sorry, I'm clicking around the map while there's tons of action going on, but you know what I'm saying, is that if you look at the tactical map, oh no! Rocket barrage landing in the middle of everything. Oh, retreat, retreat. Tons of kills there. Exactly. Oh, exactly. Exactly why you don't want to be attacking there. I mean, that could have happened anywhere, obviously, but still. So our one Lone Ranger squad here is kind of moving around and should be able to get some good, decent backcapping going on here. But for the most part, solid central control here. Mortar teams are just constantly picking away at stuff. I'm not even sure. Oh, mortar teams are just firing at this Fail's anti-tank gun. Someone actually uses Fail's anti-tank gun? Okay, that's cool. Does less damage, but it's kind of cheaper and fast. I don't know. I never use Fail. I think Duffy's anti-tank gun is the way to go for everything. I'm sorry, Mr. Fail. All of these units, by the way, are named after Blizzard employees. So there is a Fail, there is a Duffy, there is a Wilson's, etc. So sorry, Fail. Anyhow, I don't know if there's a Mishler accomplished or not. No. Just kidding. Just kidding. Jokes everywhere. So, moving right along here, we'll see that, unfortunately, these Rangers had an opportunity maybe to kind of, I think, we can hear this little aftershock going on over here as well. These Rangers had an opportunity maybe to start capping this and maybe try and get away and do something else, but instead they're standing there trying to get the cap, and in doing so, they take 4 casualties to this Panzer. Could have done some serious damage to the Panzer. Big grouping here of troops here. Hopefully they don't get attacked by anything too bad. Oh, Rangers, what are you doing? Oh no. Okay, wait. Hey, time out here. Up! Artillery strike! Oh no, artillery strike! Let me go ahead and jump back here to Kosh here and see. Yes, artillery strike is going off. Oh no! Oh no! Retreat! Oh, so many casualties! Oh no! Well, always remember that sometimes people can do that to you, and it's always important not to group up your units too much here. Horrific, almost 100% casualties there. This accomplished Panzer, totally destroyed. Not totally destroyed, rather wrecked. A little defensive rocket barrage going on here. It's always hard to tell if it's aftershocks or what the hell's going on there. And while all that was going on, by the way, notice the bazooka laying on the ground, the accomplished Ostwind with 3 kills, and the bunker here presumably with 2 or 3 other kills there. I think what happened here is our Rangers found the point where the defenses were. So, the Toonsmith, seeing that he had lost a bunker and a few things here, had enough insight to send his first Ostwind up here, his accomplished Ostwind. And along with the bunker, the Ostwind just gutted whatever troops were sent up here. So now he's reinforcing this area with troops. Very good to have just kind of a macro, whoa, no man's land here. You guys are a little overextended and in open cover. Heads up, sirs. Oh no, what are you doing? Oh my god! Oh, we have got a sneaky Goliath on the field here. Doopy-doopy-doopy-doopy-doo. Oh, Goliath, no. You, sir, are at very low hit points. Can you detonate? Can you detonate? Oh, now would be good. Now would be good. Okay, keep going, keep going. Oh, no. Oh, there he goes, getting 3 guys. Oh, rest in pieces, gentlemen. So, that was fun. I'm sure he just had extra stuff lying around. But it's important to note that, it looked like Toonsmith, realizing that he was in charge of the defenses up here, seeing that he just managed to hold that off, reinforced the area with his own troops. And now, let me swap on back to Platoon. We will see that they have a nice distribution of troops here. Sort of light defenses in the north where they knew they needed a little bit of defense. Heavy armor in the center, and even some serious armor down here in the south. So, good distribution of units there. Recapping this fuel. And really just causing problems for all these guys. Looks like our anti-tank gun is Fail's anti-tank gun here is taking some shots at the Volksgrenadiers. This engineer machine gun team getting Vet 1 actually with 8 kills, not too bad. But they decapped the fuel point there. Let's take a few other looks around here in the battlefield to see what's going on. But for the most part, I mean, be careful about groupings like this when you know there's artillery out there. But So, I'm sure all of you have been shouting this in your head, and I've been meaning to mention this, but really no infantry attrition being used here at all. Even right then, there was a whole bunch of Rangers running into their death. So it's an important thing to remember. And I didn't get stats on all of these players, but they were all about 10%, top 10%ish. I believe Platoon was the highest at 7%. But, you know, use your abilities. Okay, so, pause. Now, I know what you're thinking. Harlequin is going to start yelling about winning big and all that, but this is an exception, because check it out. This is not an exception. This is just, you know, good common sense. So we have all of our static defenses are still in the middle. We have some light defenses up here and things like that. And the score, it's a triple cap, and it's 456 to 59. So I actually like this idea, which is just attack. Just freaking attack. Force them to do whatever they're going to do inside their own base. And just make sure that, oh, look at the rocket barrage. Oh, strafing with the rocket barrage. Oh, rockets coming down everywhere. Oh, my God, everybody retreat, retreat. Oh, unfortunately, they all land everywhere except for where they should have. Okay, takes out an anti-tank gun. That's pretty good. Kills an anti-tank gun, kind of, you know, bumping around some infantry here and doing some casualties. Be very careful, though. You just got to make sure that you don't, you know, that you don't lose everything and then they run out and recap the whole map. Because as you can see, there is a single ranger team up here doing their thing. I'm guessing that Ostwin was killed by the rangers. But just going to go ahead and park in the base. Again, you have an infantry commander. Separate your tanks a little bit because you know that artillery is a possibility. We do have a satchel charge being thrown onto the tanks. The tank's backing away. Satchel charge is still on the ground right there. Kaboom! Oh, we've been doing some serious damage to the barracks. But look at the points now. 14 points left. Perfect. This is perfect stall tactic. You force them to sit in their base, distract them a little bit. And you never know. You know, a lot of players forget the points on the board. I can't tell you how many times I've just suddenly won a game and been like, oh, it's 500 to 0? Sweet. I didn't even notice. This is just a total distraction. It doesn't have to even do anything. This is all it needs to do. And the game is over. So congratulations to Placoon and to the Toonsmith. For those of you who haven't guessed, Placoon 9619, I forget if that's his YouTube username or not, but Placoon was our 500th subscriber. And of course, the irony is not lost on me that we are well over 700 subscribers by now. And it took me this long to get a 500 subscriber view out there. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm HarlequinCoHO.